is my slam time. Gonna bust up your behind. This is my slam time. Gonna mess up your whole mind. This is my slam time. Gonna bust up your behind. This is my slam time. Gonna mess up your whole mind.
Hello and welcome to EWA Genesis, our first ever Sunday special, where we're going to crown the first ever EWA Champion. It's a night for first evers, and we are coming to you live, wait for it to come up on screen, from New York, New York. It's a wonderful town, also I'm told. No, I've had a great time in New York, and we are obviously still playing a great song by Pulverize, Slam Time, from the album CAWs Games. A lot of places get a special song for their special events, but we already got one. So thank you to Pulverize, link in the description, for their album CAWs Games. And it wouldn't be a special event if we didn't have my commentary partner, Emir Blackbane Costello. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Mike. And I gotta tell you, man, I am so excited to be here. I couldn't even sleep last night. It's like it was when I was a kid and it was Christmas Eve. The anticipation was killing me. We are finally here in New York, New York. The place so nice, they named it twice. And we are here at Genesis, baby, ready to kick this show off in style.
Yeah, with another first ever. This is the first time we've ever seen Funhinge together. We've acknowledged that they're a team. We know that Tornado and Taylor Osborne are brothers. But this is going to be the first time seeing them in action together. What do you make of this? They're no different together than they are apart. Let's just say that they're still having some fun on the way down to the ring. Tornado shadowboxing in the background.
Yeah, I agree. They are no different together than they are apart. When they're apart, they lose, and when they're together, they lose. But I guess the one difference is, at least when they all lose tonight, they'll have each other for support.
Oh, so bold prediction early on from Blackbane. He's predicting a loss for Funhinge. These guys got a bond. I don't know. A bond says a lot in a team match. You know, it's going to be tough for their opponents. First out, Richard Anderson. What do you make of this guy? We're 5 weeks in. What's your thoughts on Richard Anderson at this point?
I think the thing I like about Richard Anderson is he's a no-nonsense type of guy. He comes down to the ring. He's not flip-flopping around or doing a bunch of weird dance moves. He's really straight-faced and focused, and he looks like he's going to kick some Funhinge butt tonight.
Hey, I'll have you know those flip-flops and weird dance moves are very popular. Also, don't say flip-flops too close to Thorn. We all know he doesn't like any sort of footwear, so, you know, let's not go upsetting him with that.
You know, I noticed that when he got up on the apron on the turnbuckle there that he wasn't wearing any shoes. I don't know if I've ever noticed that before, but I gotta tell you, if I'm any one of the guys going against Funhinge tonight, I would immediately step on Thorn's foot.
I'll tell you what, I have asked Thorn in the past why he doesn't wear shoes to wrestle, and the most sensible answer I've ever got out of him is yes. So I just leave it. It just does his thing. Anyway, Richard Anderson's first tag team partner, Lee Toki.
And take a look at Lee Toki, the Golden Nightmare, making his way down to the ring. And I think this guy, it means all business, which is a tough thing for the other three he's going up against. Because, you know, all they're ever used to doing is clowning around. But Lee Toki, he's going to kick some butt tonight.
Yeah, and Lee Toki and Richard Anderson bouncing back off losses last night on EWA episode 5. Do they come out here with something to prove, maybe? You know, we all remember the shocking victory Thorn got in, 2 minutes, 16 seconds over Coyote Cody? He was supposed to be the fall guy in that Beat the Clock Challenge match, and he picked up the win in the fastest match of the night. Crazy stuff. So, does that momentum favour Funhinged, or do their opponents have a little bit more to prove?
I don't really think that Funhinge have any momentum. I mean, yeah, Thorn picked up a victory that might seem important, but even a broken clock is right twice a day, all right? But twice a day still leaves 22 other hours that the clock is wrong. And that's what Thorn is. He's a clock that's wrong 22 hours out of the day.
Wow. Going in hard on the pay-per-view. I thought we might get Nice Guy Blackbane today, but apparently not. So, something I do want to point out, though, Richard Anderson and Lee Toki have both proven reasonably popular with our EWA fans. Richard Anderson doesn't make any bones about, showing off for the fans as such, but he's no nonsense and he seems like a decent enough guy. Misery, on the other hand, to close off last night's show, tried to attack CJ after their Beat the Clock Challenge match with a chair. Luckily, CJ was saved by Shane Andrews, so the double jeopardy match is not in jeopardy. It's still going ahead as planned. But a little bit of a conflict of philosophies, I would say, on the other side from Funhinged. Will that play into the match? Funhinged are definitely on the same page.
Yeah, I think the best word in that last statement you made regarding Funhinged is play. And that's all they do. They're children. They don't take anything seriously here. I'm not worried about them, and their opponents shouldn't be either.
Okay, bold predictions, strong words. We commented on Taylor Osborne's new gear yesterday, by the way. He's got more new gear, and thinking about it, sort of makes sense. Oh, nice DDT onto the apron immediately on Richard Anderson, and then Taylor straight back in the ring. Tornado eyeing up Richard Anderson, but not attacking him yet. He's got ordered some ring steps. That can't be great, if I'm honest. But the referee is looking at them, so I'd strongly advise you don't use those. Tornado. But Richard Anderson coming back into the ring, and the match resumes. Yeah, I was talking about Taylor Osborne's gear. I was thinking about this just as he came down to the ring. I don't blame him for having 2 lots of new gear, because yesterday's was white, and we've all heard the horror stories wrestlers have in the ring every so often. If you had an accident in white gear, good idea to have spare backup gear, right?
Yeah, it is a good idea to carry some spare backup gear, and I think we also pointed out yesterday that every time Taylor Osborne loses, he just immediately throws his gear out and makes new gear. So I suspect we'll see him in a new outfit every time we see him.
I don't know if I've noticed that exact pattern, but maybe you're just being more observant than me. I don't know. Some good teamwork being shown here by Funhinged, Thorn and Taylor Osborne, double teaming Richard Anderson. Lee Toki not happy about it. The referee's intercepting Lee Toki, and Funhinged are getting away with this. There's that lack of cohesion from this new team of Richard Anderson, Lee Toki, and Misery. And what's Thorn doing to Richard Anderson? Richard Anderson is a straight-laced man with a Bible verse on his tights, and he's got Thorn crawling all over him in a very seductive manner.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you something. If I was Richard Anderson, I'd be afraid for my life with Thorn crawling around me like that.
Yeah, and especially when you've got someone who behaves like Thorn, but is such a proven, legitimate threat. Like, I still can't quite get to grips in my own head with what we saw yesterday with him and Coyote Cody. To take down someone as ferocious as Coyote Cody in such short order, man, like, Thorn's going to be a player here. That's my prediction. Oh! But a callback to yesterday, by the way. Lee Toki doing his research. If you remember, the opening to the match with Cody ran in, and Thorn ran in and slid through and dodged the attack. He just tried the same thing with Lee Toki, and Lee Toki saw it coming and just kicked him in the face. That's what happens when you watch your tape, guys.
Yeah, I thought that was amazing. Watching Thorn just get kicked in the face. I didn't see it coming, neither did he.
Yeah, the first thing he saw coming was the sole of that foot. Nice. Backflip into a DDT. Reverse DDT. And now, he's a long way away from Lee Toki here, and Thorn actually realises it. No, he's going back up. We don't know what Thorn's doing here. He's taking his time. He's not trying to beat him in record time like he was with Coyote Cody by the looks of it. And now tags out to Taylor Osborne, the de facto leader, if they have such structure, of Funhinged.
You know, you talked about the fact that Funhinged have been wrestling together for a long time, and, you know, some of them are brothers, and they've got all this chemistry. But for me, I just feel like they look really inexperienced. Thorn went up the turnbuckle and down the turnbuckle and up and down again. And in that time, his opponent was able to just kind of stand back up and get some help from his partners.
Yeah, it didn't really give Lee Toki much of an advantage, though. And we have Tornado in now, too. We've been seeing quick tags from Funhinged. We've not seen a whole lot of tagging from the opposite team. They're not quite on the same page as yet. We saw this. We saw this from Tornado yesterday, tying his opponent up, all the limbs tied up, and then just giving him a quick kick up the bum. Good old-fashioned kick up the bum.
Yeah, I really got to say, man, Funhinged, I love their wrestling shtick. It's really a great comedy routine. I think if they could learn to take things seriously for a moment, they could really make a big impact here in EWA.
Oh, there you go. How's that for serious? A backflip kick to the top of the head of Lee Toki. Lee Toki doesn't go down, though. He's shown a great aptitude, well, not aptitude, but just a great ability to take hits and keep on going, you know, and power through some stiff hits. And he takes Thorn off the not off the turnbuckle, off the apron. Was Taylor going to check on Thorne? No, he was just making sure he didn't get taken down. Fair enough. Taylor actually takes Thorne's place. They've definitely got some unity, but it's a unique bond that Funhinged have. There doesn't seem to be the traditional, go check on your tag team partner thing. They just seem to all have the same mindset by default and get along on that basis alone. Scoop slam by Lee Toki, though.
And I think Lee Toki here has to be aware of his ring position because he's kind of fighting in the Funhinged corner. And if I'm him, I'm taking Tornado back to my side of things.
Yeah, well, this is the thing about the team, the natural team chemistry. Like, we haven't seen it in EWA, but, especially Tornado and Taylor Osborne, we know they're brothers. We know they've been fighting together and against each other their entire life. They know each other. They know what they do. Whereas the opposite team, they don't seem quite as prepared for a team match, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think that's what happens when you're kind of put together in less than 24-hour notice. But I gotta say something, man. If these guys can pull it off, Richard Anderson, Lee Toki, and Misery, where does that leave Funhinged? 3 men who have been wrestling together for years. If they get beat by a team that was put together less than 24 hours ago.
Yeah, I would agree. The pressure is definitely on Funhinged, like, in this situation, because I personally would always side, no matter who's on each side, I would side with the more experienced team in a team match. So I would expect Funhinged to pick up the win here. So if they don't, you're right, it looks bad on them. So we'll just see if they can get the job done. But there's not really any pressure on the other team because they're not used to teaming together. So it takes a while to get that teamwork and that chemistry going, and people understand that. Nice Hurricane Rana, though, by Lee Toki. He's got some moves, but that's the point where if you're a more experienced team wrestler, you would probably tag out. He's taken a few hits now, and he had Taylor Osborne down, but instead he wandered in and almost got rolled up for the loss.
Yeah, I think if Lee Toki wasn't aware, he's definitely finding out every moment that he's wrestling Taylor Osborne that Taylor Osborne is lightning quick.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. We talked before about how, it's not just power that gets you speed, it's your power to weight ratio, and Taylor Osborne carrying very little weight compared with a lot of the wrestlers here, so if he's got even a fraction of the power, he's going to be one of the quicker wrestlers, and it's proven that way over the previous 5 weeks. He's got the upper hand on speed over most wrestlers in EWA, I would say.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree there, and I will say, thank God it's a power to weight ratio, not a power to height ratio, or he'd be completely screwed.
Oh, we've seen this before. We've seen this before from Thorne. He likes to kick some guys in the face. He calls that the fun house. Don't think it's fun for them, but I make that joke every time. Lee Toki is in trouble. And a springboard shooting star press. And what's Richard Anderson? Oh, Richard Anderson! He just tried to get a cheap shot in on Thorne. He's had enough of watching his partner get beat down, but he accidentally hits the ref. What? There's some tag team inexperience. And while the referee's down, notice that referee goes down. Funhinged, straight in, teamwork. Like, you can argue whether that's fair, but it's teamwork. There's no doubt about that. And Misery is coming to the ring, but he's not impacted. And now the referee's up. He contributed nothing by coming in there. It's the difference in teamwork, I would say here. He does break up the pin, however.
And Funhinged, just a little inexperienced there.
Sorry to interrupt you, but Taylor Osborne just took out Misery and Thorne over the top rope to the outside.
we saw Thorne go for the cover there, and then Taylor Osborne and Tornado both got out of the ring and had their backs turned to Misery, so he came in and easily broke up the pin.
Yeah, I think because Misery had already left the ring, they assumed he was out of the equation, so they went to celebrate their potential victory with on the apron and what have you. But then he came back in the ring and surprised them. So yeah, a little bit of surprise teamwork there from Misery and Lee Toki. Misery making the save. Overall, I would definitely say teamwork-wise, Funhinged have massively got the edge at the moment.
Can we also just point out the fact that Lee Toki has been in the ring for a long time and he desperately needs to make a tag?
Yeah, and again, he had an opportunity, I would argue, there. Like, he was in the ring, Thorne was outside. Richard Anderson even had the good courtesy to do an impressive springboard corkscrew moonsault to take out Thorne. Misery was right there on the apron. Where's the tag? Like, this is the team inexperience, and it doesn't matter how good you are as an individual. if your opponents, there's 3 of them, and they're tagging in and out and staying fresh, you ain't winning that battle. Like, doesn't matter who you are. Oh, finally, here we go. We get a tag. Misery is the legal man now. And Richard Anderson going for another high-impact springboard move. He's only hit 1 out of 3. Meatloaf would not be pleased. You have to get 2 out of 3 to impress Meatloaf. Now, Lee Toki taking it to Thorn on the outside. Referees counts up to 4. Maybe the plan here is Misery to stay in the ring and then go for a count-out win. Nope. Misery didn't get the memo, or that was never the plan. I don't know. I don't know which that is. Misery sends Thorn back into the ring, so he wants to do this thing right.
I know Thorn is not one of the brothers, but our Tornado and Taylor Osborne really just gotta stand there and watch Thorn get jumped by the other team.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. However, if they hadn't have done, Taylor wouldn't have been there for that tag, so maybe there was a little bit of method to the madness. I don't know. I'm not going to try and justify anything Funhinge do, because trying to understand what Funhinge are thinking is just... You might as well be, like, talking to me in, like, ancient Greek or something. It's not worth trying.
I agree. Yeah, there is no method to the madness, because Funhinge is no method and all madness.
I'm not sure about that. Oh, good teamwork by Lee Toki there. Taylor was setting up for his... he does a cartwheel backflip kick. I don't think we've seen it very often. But he calls it, and I love this name, and I really hope he hits it at some point in the match so I get to call it Flippity Kickity. And I think that's amazing. But Lee Toki denying the fans a Flippity Kickity right there by dragging Taylor out of the ring. They're starting to show hints of cohesion, this other team. Just hints.
I do want to say one positive thing about Funhinge, and that is the fact that you're right. They tag so often, it's clear that they care about picking up this victory as a team, and they don't really care about, any kind of individual accolades in this match.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an individual match, and by winning as a team, all 3 of you move up the pecking order somewhat. There's no disadvantage to working as a team in a 6-man tag match, but sometimes it takes a while, especially if you're used to being an individual. To get past that little barrier, but springboard dropkick to the back by Lee Toki, and both legal men are down in the ring. It's going to be interesting to see. Misery stirs first. What's he going to do? Is he going to go for a tag? Again, that individual wrestler instinct kicks in, and he continues on the attack, and it doesn't work for him. He ends up eating some kicks from Thorn. Scorpion kick. Very nice.
That was nice.
And now up onto the middle rope. Misery's a bit closer, but no, Thorn still doesn't fancy it.
You gotta feel disrespected when you get kicked in the face by a man's bare foot.
Speaking of disrespect, so the second man that Thorn has crawled all over in this match. I feel like you have to buy someone a drink first, like, before you're doing that.
Lee Toki better watch out. He's the only one who hasn't been assaulted in this way.
He's next. Oh, the referee takes a bump. Thorn just trying to throw Misery over to his friendly corner, which, by the way, I've only just noticed. When did Funhinge do that? There's no turnbuckle pad on their corner. They're sneaky. These guys, you say there's no method to the madness. When did they do that? There's more method than they're letting on. Like, I'm telling you, there's more of a plan than they'd let you think. Misery taking a breather outside.
So much redirection. I also completely missed it.
Yeah, they're like magicians. Like, you're looking at the hand you think the coin is in, and it's being put in the pocket by the other hand. Like, they're brilliant. Like, I don't know where that came from. Oh, Lee Toki tries the springboard dropkick again, but misses, but follows it up. I thought he was going to try and roll Thorn up then, but no, he follows it through into a double underhook DDT. I was going to say, you're not the legal man, Lee Toki. But he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Now, camel clutch by Misery, but the referee is distracted by Funhinged. Even if Thorn had tapped then, it wouldn't have mattered. Great teamwork again.
Ooh, good step up into Guri there by Thorn.
Yeah, this has been a hell of a 6-man tag match. This is just the opener. We've got a whole night of action. Oh! There's the MSFTO. The move stolen from Taylor Osborne. And Richard Anderson tries that springboard senton and again misses his target. Maybe take that one out of your arsenal, Richard. That's not working for you so well. Now, Taylor's the legal man. Thorn's up on the other team's turnbuckle and gets knocked off by Lee Toki. I don't know quite what he was thinking there, but the plan didn't come through, whatever it was. And yeah, like I say, we've got a great night of action. We've got basically this match and two big grudge matches, and then the EWA Championship match, which isn't really a grudge match. The guys involved don't have any like real personal issue, but they fought hard to get to this position. Ain't no one giving up that match without a fight, you know, personal issue or not.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait for the main event. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. And before then, up next, we're gonna have the next meeting between Payne and Jackson Blake. I don't know if you saw this, but after last night's episode, Jackson Blake tweeted out, "Yeah, but you didn't pin me, Payne." I can't remember the exact wording, but he was like, "Yeah, you won that Fatal 4-Way, but you didn't beat me. Our rematch is still on." And so they're going to go at it tonight, and Jackson Blake's got a point to prove. And then after that, we've got the triple threat with your boy Mammoth. So, big
Yeah,
matches.
my boy. By the way, taking a look back at the action in the ring, and all hell is broken loose here as the referee is down on his back staring up at the lights.
Yeah, I feel like the referee drew the short straw getting this match. How do you try and contain a match where all three members of Unhinged are involved? Like, just good luck. Like, that's all I can say. He's taken, what, at least 3 big shots now? He must feel like he's involved in the match.
Exactly.
Oh, front flip kick to
Ooh.
Richard Anderson by Tornado. And now finally, all 4 illegal men are on their respective corners. I don't think that's happened for a good, 5 minutes in this match. It's been a while. And Richard Anderson, not happy about this. And who would be? It's becoming a signature move of Tornado in there. Like to tie up all the limbs, and then just give him a cheeky kick on the cheeks. And there comes into play the Fun Hinge turnbuckle pad again. Like, they've removed their own turnbuckle pad and they're using it as a weapon. It's the crafty, the devious, these Fun Hinge boys, I'm telling you.
Yeah, they're quite sneaky. I gotta say, it's a good strategy. Trust me, I hate to give a compliment to Fun Hinge as much as the next guy, but they're doing a good job.
I think you might be the only guy that hates to give a compliment to Fun Hinge, but...
No.
Now, going for the pin. Oh! No, Richard Anderson kicks out. Fun Hinge did a good job of blocking their opponents from getting to break up the pin, but Richard Anderson showing some toughness and kicking out all by himself. Oh, straight to the back. Now, look at the opposition. Lee Toki is stunned up against the ropes. Misery in his own corner, but not having his own wherewithal either. And having his wits about him, I should say. But Richard Anderson, unfortunately, too close to the ropes to get a pin. Lee Toki now suplexing Taylor Osborne into the ring. Not sure. Oh! Not sure what the provocation for that was. Oh, we're doing a bit of split screen action now. We've got action in the ring. Lee Toki going after Taylor Osborne, though. Keep that camera on those two. This is tactics now. Look at the strength as well of Lee Toki. Just deadlifting a whole man up above his head and then dropping him down.
Oh man, that's debatable. The other thing is, Tornadoes has been in the ring longer than any other member of Fun Hinge tonight. He has not been able to make a quick tag, as has been their strategy all night, and he is suffering because of it.
Yeah, and the fight's still ongoing outside the ring, by the way. Taylor Osborne just kicked Lee Toki, and now Taylor Osborne smartly retreating to his corner, I would say. Like, you know, this is a tag team match, not some massive tornado match where they're all involved. No pun intended with Tornado being there. But, you know, tags are in effect. You need to be in your own corner to be helpful to your teammate. Or teammates in this case. And
by the way, what an amazing superplex that was.
yeah, absolutely. It's hard to keep up. We had two separate matches ongoing on screen briefly there. And that's just a little foreshadowing for what Double Jeopardy is going to be like. Literally 2 matches ongoing at the same time in that case. Now, what's Tornado got in mind here? Oh, we'll never find out, because good teamwork. Over the course of this match, they seem to be learning how to team together, this other team of 3. They broke up that move on Misery. You know, sure, Tornado still dropped him to the mat fairly hard, but I think he had something a bit more sinister in mind, and Richard Anderson and Lee Toki broke it up. Slowly but surely, they're catching up in terms of teamwork. I don't think they're quite at Fun Hinge levels yet, but... Oh! UTO!
Oh my goodness.
This could be it. This could be it.
Come on, Misery.
Oh! The double breakup. And Richard Anderson, again with the springboard senton. One could argue it worked this time, but he still took the brunt of it. And somehow the referee's down again. Like, this match is just utter chaos. But what else did we expect to put in all 3 members of Fun Hinge in a match at the same time? Like, realistically.
Well, Taylor Osborne unintentionally just kicked the referee as he rolled down. We need a new referee. This one's dead.
You say unintentionally, but we have no way of knowing. We have no way of knowing. Oh, right. Fawn, the legal man again. Oh, misses the jump back kick. Misery steps out of reach and then runs in with a step of Bentagori. Nice counter.
If Misery's smart, this is the time to tag out. Tag out, get a freshman in there.
Again, you need to build up that tag team instinct, though. The instinct of an individual wrestler when you've got your opponent down is to go in for the kill. The instinct with a tag team wrestler, especially when you've taken some hits over the course of the match, once you've got your opponent down, is to back off and tag your partner in. And makes a big difference in a team match.
I agree, especially as we go further and deeper into this match, and all these guys are dealing with some wear and tear, and the body parts are fatigued.
Yeah, we must be nearly 20 minutes deep in this match. This has been an incredible six-man tag. Right, we don't have the timer on screen because this isn't a tournament match and not a beat the clock challenge, but we must be pushing 20 minutes deep in this match, like 18, 19 minimum, and we've got to be coming towards the end here, and it's all down to who's wrestled the smarter match at this stage, and I would argue that falls on the side of Unhinged.
Yeah, I would argue that there's definitely been some short-sightedness on Taylor Osborne's part, but I know beyond that, Unhinged, that they have wrestled a good match, but have they wrestled a match good enough to pick up the victory?
Oh,
I guess we'll see.
Thorne taking Misery for a dance. Oh, and Richard Anderson breaks it up. I think he clocked that his partner didn't want to dance, but yet again, that springboard senton coming into action, and yet again, Richard Anderson is down after it. Honestly, really, take that out of your repertoire. It's not working for you.
We look at Thorne here. It's like you only have a limited amount of energy left. Maybe don't spend the last of your energy doing a slow dance with your opponent.
But did you expect anything else?
I never know what to expect with Unhinged.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of their not only appeal to the fans, but their appeal as wrestlers in terms of their potential in EWA. You know, if you don't know what you're going to see coming, how do you deal with them? How do you plan for this? The referee trying to fix the turnbuckle, I've noticed. The referee's finally noticed and put the turnbuckle pad back on. That turnbuckle pad's been off for at least 15 minutes. Like, you made a joke about Taylor being short-sighted, which I clocked, yes, another short joke, but maybe we need to get the ref's eye tested.
I didn't even know the refs did that. Where did he get the turnbuckle from?
I have no idea. I guess they maybe know what to expect with Unhinged and bring a spare one out in their pocket or something, put a new pad on. I don't know. Best not to ask questions where that came from.
We got Misery down on the outside, and they don't really seem to have any sense of urgency about getting him back in the ring. Let's go, guys.
Seems to just be teaming up on him on the outside. Now he's got fired in, but Lee Toki got in and taking it to Taylor Osborne, which allows Misery to make the tag to Richard Anderson. Actually, some good teamwork there. You know, I was critical at the start of the match of their lack of teamwork, but as we've stated a few times now, it's slowly building. If these guys put some time in and a few more reps in team matches, maybe they could become a decent team. I don't know.
We got Richard Anderson trying to find a way to get an advantage over Taylor Osborne.
Yeah, they're going back and forth. Elbow. We've got some late match back and forth now. Both men slugging it out. Oh, and Taylor gets the upper hand with that falling reverse DDT. But yeah, both of them really slugging it out now. And now Taylor just realised, I think, that the turnbuckle pad's back on when Richard Anderson didn't hit hard. They've probably only just noticed. Oh, nice double team. Oh, runs up Richard Anderson, wheelbarrow into a centre. Look at that. That's a cohesive team against a brand new team. That's the difference right there. That kind of teamwork. Very nice. And now Thorne just pummeling on Richard Anderson's back. Showing off the guns.
We get it, Thorne. You're strong.
Uh-oh. Oh, he dodges. He dodges the double axe handle. Oh, there's another scorpion kick, but Misery's still in the ring. The referee needs to get on top of this coming in without a tag. Like, when they tag, they get 5 seconds and can do a double team. But Misery just came in the ring there with no provocation. And now the referee's reprimanding him. But too little too late. Thorne's down.
One of these guys has got to find the energy to get up, crawl over to their corner, and get a tag.
As you say it, Lee Toki reaching out. Richard Anderson right there. Surely you can reach. Richard, you can reach. He tried him. Lee Toki, did he just take his hand away?
That's what it looked like to me.
But then comes in to make... This is what I mean. There's just that little lack of cohesion, that lack of timing. Lee Toki clearly gave up on the tag. Just that split second too early there. Richard Anderson maybe took too long to get there. Lee Toki got frustrated. Just a lack of cohesion. I don't think there was any malice in that. Otherwise, Lee Toki wouldn't have broken up the pin, in my opinion.
You gotta be careful. When it comes to Lee Toki, you can't sleep on the Golden Nightmare.
Right, absolutely. And Thorne with his back to him, but not quite close enough to take a punch to the back. Probably did that on purpose, just to antagonise him, if you ask me. Then we got a some nice dance moves and an elbow drop, but Lee Toki again in to break up the pin. Oh, there's the MSFTO on Richard Anderson. Oh, there's a UTO to Taylor Osborne of all people. Break it up. Wow.
No way.
I want to argue there. Lee Toki might have messed up that he missed the breakup. Misery had enough time there to break up that pin. Why didn't he break that up? He almost seemed like he didn't want to. Oh, that's right,
Taylor Osborne. You go ahead and celebrate front and center when it took your boy Thorne yet again to pick up a victory for your team.
I don't think you're going to cause any friction here. I don't think there's any tension whatsoever in Funhinged. I think they're all well and truly on the same page. But yeah, I want to bring it back to Misery was standing right there. He came in and watched the pin. Is there a story there? Had he had enough of the lack of teamwork? You might have noticed for the last couple of minutes he wasn't even on the apron in his corner. He was kind of standing where you would put a manager. I don't know. Maybe something to look into there next week. But for now, here's Payne. Let's not risk upsetting Payne by talking about anyone else during his entrance. Let's keep Payne happy.
Yeah, I couldn't wait for Payne to get here. Yeah, I was getting confused for a second. I was like, I remember Payne comes down through the crowd. Why is he coming out that door? But I got it all put together now. Maybe he'll get in the ring and we'll see some pyro and then some money will come down and get burned, right?
Yeah, that's the deal. Yeah, that's your lack of sleep from excitement that you talked about before. You forgot something, it's okay. But yeah, Payne, once again, parting the Red Sea. The crowd actually has red lights on them as well, so kind of appropriate. Comes down to the ring, no one dares touch him. That guy in the orange jumper, about as bold as anyone's getting there, jumping up and down about 6 feet away from Payne. Like, that's about as bold as anyone's getting. And I don't think it's out of fear. I think it's a healthy respect for Payne. I think the fans generally like Payne. You know, I think they're probably rooting for him in this match. You know, people like a kick-ass fighter, you know, and that's what Payne is. You know, he's got that appeal of, you know, how is he going to take it to his opponents, you know, and how much damage are we going to see done. People like that. He doesn't step outside the bounds of like what's decent within a wrestling match. He doesn't cheat. You know, he's just a straight up head first fighter that just won't back down from a fight, and you got to appreciate that.
And you have a lot of incentive to respect the guy. I mean, every time you're here live to witness Payne, he pays you.
Absolutely. Again, unless you're on the side where your money gets burned, but still a souvenir, I guess. A nice crispy banknote singed to a crisp. So, Payne's opponent. This is a rematch from the first ever EWA match. These two kicked off the opening show, and Payne won in convincing fashion. Jackson Blake wasn't happy about his performance. I don't think he was ever calling out Payne for doing anything wrong as such. I think he just thought he could have done better. So ever since, he's been calling out Payne. And last night, they were both in a fatal four-way, but Payne picked up the win on Richard Anderson, who incidentally just took 2 pinfalls in a weekend, so he's not going to be feeling great backstage at the moment. But back to these two. Jackson Blake saying, well, you didn't beat me in that four-way, and you know, I want my one-on-one rematch. I want to prove myself. So here we go. Here's your chance, Jackson Blake.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm a little bit worried about Jackson Blake because he wanted this rematch. You know, he begged for it. He made sure he got it. But what's he gonna do with it? What's gonna happen if he gets in this ring and he loses again and again in convincing fashion? Where does that leave Jackson Blake?
Yeah, I mean, it just speaks to the level of self-belief that Jackson Blake must have, that he's better than that first performance he had against Payne. You know, if you genuinely thought you were outmatched, I don't think you'd pick a second fight with Payne. Like, if he's that outmatched and he knows it, then we need to do like a psych evaluation on Jackson Blake, because who's challenging Payne, like, if they don't think they can stand toe-to-toe with him? Because you're going to get hurt.
Yeah, I agree. And if you're Jackson Blake and for some reason you do lose this match, you know, there's no harm in that. You just have to understand that, you know, when it comes to wrestling and when it comes to sports or events in life, sometimes there is just a team or a guy that they've just got your number.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Payne might be that guy for a lot of people. Payne's going to be a force to be reckoned with in EWA. Like, he didn't make it to the EWA Championship match, but I think that came as a surprise to people after only 2 performances, that in the third one he actually picked up a loss. I think people were expecting Payne to go far, and I think he still will. He just won't be the first champion. And there you go. You know when I said you're going to get hurt? There's a straight right hand straight to the face. And down goes Jackson Blake. And a German suplex. You've got to weather this early storm from Payne. He's going to come out the blocks fast. And Jackson Blake doing the smart thing there, getting out the ring, but maybe came back in a bit prematurely, and it's another suplex. You've got to slow down Payne. He's got so much momentum at the start of a match. He comes out all guns blazing. You've got to slow him down.
It's worth noting that when Payne did that German suplex on Jackson Blake, that Jackson Blake even hit his head on that bottom turnbuckle.
Yeah, Payne has been seen to do a German into the bottom turnbuckle a few times actually, so good spot. I missed it this time, but yeah, that's part of his repertoire. But he took a second too long on the top rope there. Not like Payne to make a mistake, and Jackson Blake takes advantage. Now, if there's ever a way of beating Payne, of convincing him to stay down for 3 seconds, pulling his head off his shoulders might do it. But, nope, he's back on the offense.
By the way, look at the way that Payne just manhandles Jackson Blake. It's like Jackson Blake is seemingly a little bit helpless in there and just can't find a way to combat him.
Yeah, exactly. And I would say as well, we've seen Payne go for sort of a slightly different approach twice, and twice it's not paid off. He went up to the top rope, didn't pay off, and he just tried doing, I think, a front flip neck ringer, but Jackson Blake dodged it. When Payne deviates from the power game, it doesn't seem to benefit him. You know, stick to what you're good at. And oh my god, we've got a painkiller already. This could be over. This could be even quicker than their first match. Payne not going for the pin, like he didn't in the first match. If you remember, he got a 2 count and then lifted Jackson Blake and hit a spear for a punctuation point. So we're seeing a mirroring in this match.
I was critical of Payne when he did that, because I thought to myself, buddy, you gotta go for the pinfall when it's there. But you know, he proved me wrong.
Yeah. Good job you kept that criticism short and sweet, because you had to eat those words. Oh, another painkiller. Payne is just... This is nothing against Jackson Blake. Payne is just on a different level tonight. And just in general, he's on the top level in EWA by a good distance. Like, if he gets himself a title shot, I'm backing him to be the next champion after the first one. We will see. I don't have a good feeling about this. Oh my god.
I
don't think Jackson Blake has a good feeling either now. I mean, Payne taking a big spill to the outside as well. Not as big a spill, but look at Payne straight back up and up to the top rope. It's insane.
Oh my goodness.
Insane. Does this man feel pain? I know he's called Payne, but does he understand what that word means? Is he aware that's a real word?
It's not looking good for Jackson Blake, who wanted this match and wanted his chance to avenge his first loss, and this is looking worse than the first time.
Yeah, he's lasted longer, but he's just getting beaten worse.
Jackson Blake has got to do everything he can here to try to just get Payne off of him. It's difficult when a guy is bigger than you and stronger than you, he's all over you, and you really feel like you're fighting for your life.
Yeah, I want to note though, Jackson Blake, not a small guy. He is built. He's got some muscle on his frame. Like, he's not a small guy, and Payne's just throwing him around like a ragdoll. But he slammed his knee into the mat on the outside. Oh, he tried to kick Payne's head off. That would have done it, but Payne got out of the way. But yeah, he slammed his knee into the mat on the outside, and that mat's like an inch thick and then it's concrete, so it ain't protecting the knee bone at all. And then he went in the ring and tried for the count out. Good strategy from Jackson Blake, win at all costs, but it only slowed Payne down and maybe annoyed him a little bit.
Just looking at the way that Payne is picking Jackson Blake apart, and it's getting scary.
Yeah, but Jackson Blake firing up at the moment, fighting back. Hits him in the corner. Bulldog. This is what you need, Jackson Blake. You need to build your own momentum, and he's going back. I think he's trying to kick his head off again, and again Payne dodges it. Oh!
Oh,
that's it.
My
Spear.
goodness. It's got to be over.
Count to 100. Oh! Jackson Blake kicks out. I genuinely did not see that coming. So Jackson Blake's showing improvement from his first match. I'm pretty sure in the first match, didn't it only take one spear to keep him down? Like, showing improvement. That's a big thing.
Here we go.
Oof.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's getting the rough end of the deal here, but he's putting in a much better display for himself. He's got more offense in. He's kicked out of something that he didn't kick out of last time. I think he's caused a little bit of internal bleeding. Payne just spat some blood out, but that might have been from that superplex to the outside, to be honest. Like, he might be self-inflicted.
Jackson Blake has got to consider staying down on the next big bump. He's got a whole career to think about. Let's not die tonight against Payne.
Yeah, pride comes before the fall and all that. It's he's obviously very proud compared to not happy with his performance against Payne, wanting this rematch. But look at that. I think Payne was going for a spear with a bounce off the ropes, and Jackson Blake ran out of the way, like literally just ran out of the way, and that was probably the only thing he could do at that point. Oh, stunner by Payne.
Oh,
his
goodness.
other main weapon. Well, one of his about 100 main weapons.
Beautiful ring awareness to pull Jackson Blake away from the rope there. 2 count, 3. He got him.
Got it.
My God, thank God. I listen. I needed that match to end. I just couldn't stand to watch Jackson Blake get beat any longer. Now, if it had been Taylor Osborne, then have at it, Payne. I can't.
He's not in the ring anymore. Leave him alone, Black Payne.
Come on.
But yeah, a really impressive display by Payne. But I would argue Jackson Blake improved on his previous performance. I don't think I would recommend he comes back for a third helping until he's certainly improved a little bit in the ring, and got a few more wins under his belt and a bit more confidence, but certainly didn't make a disgrace of himself in that match. He showed what he's made of, toughness-wise at least.
You look at Payne, you can't believe he's not in the title match tonight. You're right, this young man is going to come up quickly, and whoever ends up being champion, they better watch out because Payne's coming for him.
Oh, Alan Clark with some new gear, making his way out for the triple threat match that's coming up. And looking ready to go to war. He's got a t-shirt on that says "What a Rush," and looking like a warrior coming into this match.
Alan Clark, I gotta say, I love his new look. He's left me without a way to criticize him, which is unfortunate. But you know what?
I don't think he took your comments to heart and changed his look based on that. I think this is a lovely tribute from Alan Clark, but once he's in the ring, he's going to be all business.
We shall see, but man, he's looking good in his new outfit, and let's see if he can. Let's see how good he looks once the bell hits and the match starts.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the triple threat match. So the story going into this match, Block A in the EWA Championship tournament was a really interesting block. After everyone had 2 matches, everyone was tied going into week 3. Alan Clark was taking on Frost, one of his opponents in this match, and he had to win to be able to have a chance of qualifying, and he did. Alan Clark picked up the win over Frost. However, that win meant that Mammoth could no longer qualify, and Mammoth took that to heart and came out and attacked Alan Clark. Frost tried to defend him. Mammoth basically dispatched of both men, and this match was set. Then last night, we had a tag match involving these 3 men, and Mammoth had Cody Gentry as his partner, who you may notice is missing from the card tonight. And the reason for that is Mammoth let him fight both men all by himself for the entire match, and then when he lost, he slammed him through the announce table. So Cody Gentry not medically cleared. We don't know when he's going to be medically cleared, but Mammoth showing no mercy, and I don't know. It's going to be a tough ask for Alan Clark and Frost here. This is an angry giant.
And Mammoth is angry, and he's going to come out looking good, but I think as we discussed on yesterday's show, I suspect that Frost and Alan Clark are going to do what they do best, which is team up on Mammoth and try to jump him, try to eliminate him early from the equation.
Quite possibly, and I don't think other than you, I don't think anyone would hold that against him. I think that's the smart play. You know, Mammoth might well weigh what both of them weigh combined. Like, you know, you've got to see that as a threat. You know, we've seen it. It's a classic in wrestling, especially in things like when you get battle royals and stuff. You know, everyone gangs up on the biggest threat and boots them out early. You know, it's a classic for a reason. It's because it's good strategy. That said, they've both displayed some great sportsmanship, at least towards each other. So maybe they'll make this a fair fight. We will only find out when the bell rings. So, one man in the ring, one man waiting outside, and one man about to come out onto the entrance ramp. We're just waiting on Frost. And here he is. So, personal issues with Mammoth aside, what do you make of Frost so far in EWA? How's he impressed you?
You know what? I think the thing that I like about Frost is he is a guy he has a very complete repertoire when it comes to his wrestling moves. He's got the fundamentals down, and he can make a big impact. You can't bet against Frost on any night. He can pick up a victory really at any moment. And Alan Clark is amazing too. Again, I think my only gripe with them is I don't know what they're gonna do here, man. You can't spend all your time trying to gang up on Mammoth. How about you have a little bit of honor? How about you have a little bit of respect, you know?
Yeah.
If you guys are just going to team up against Mammoth, what are we really doing here?
Let's not jump on them for something they haven't done yet. Let's find out. The bell's about to ring. All three men looking ready. There's no trepidation here. So, okay, so Frost does go immediately for Mammoth, but then, if you notice, you could argue that Alan Clark baited Mammoth in there, but then he goes after Frost. There's not been any signs of double teaming just yet. Oof. Alan Clark coming out on top in this early exchange. He's got both of his opponents down, which I think is a surprise. I think people were either expecting, like yourself, the double team tactics, or they might have been expecting Mammoth to just throw both of his opponents around for a bit. But there's no disqualifications in a triple threat match, and Alan Clark quickly coming to take advantage of that, it would seem. And there's a chair to the back of Mammoth.
Oh, come on.
That'll slow him down.
On.
Hey, it's well within the rules. Well within the rules of the match. Now Frost
it might be allowed, but where's the honor? There we go.
Back body drop by Mammoth, and now he's just waiting for Frost while Clark sits, feeling the pain in the ring. Uh-oh. Mammoth's got a stick. This isn't going to end well. There it is. There's a shot to the head.
He's the only guy who didn't have to go into the ring to get a weapon, because Mammoth is the weapon.
Yeah, good duck there by Frost. He nearly got his head taken off by that kendo stick. That would have been Frost out of commission for the rest of the match, I think, if that had made contact. I want to point out, by the way, that Alan Clark got the same win-loss record as the blockade winner, who is in the title match, Shane Andrews. So Alan Clark really unlucky not to make it into the final of the EWA tournament. He was basically not in because his one loss was against Shane Andrews. So in the head-to-head, Shane Andrews came out on top. So he got the nod over Alan Clark. But certainly an impressive start to his EWA career for Alan Clark.
I agree, and that's got to be a heartbreaking situation. I look at Alan Clark. He's got a great look.
Oh.
He's got great moves, and he deserves to be there.
Look what Mama's done right next to us. At least it's not At least it's not unprovoked after a match this time. At least it's part of the rules of a match. But I wouldn't have gone out there, Alan Clark, if I were you. I wouldn't have gone after Mammoth. Now Frost up on the middle rope and gets Alan Clark as he comes into the ring. Yeah, I wouldn't say there's any real signs of double teaming here. Like, I think they're treating this like a complete triple threat, three-way match. Don't think there's any hints of teamwork. Oh.
It's worse than that, buddy. They're treating Mammoth like they don't fear him, like he's not the big man that he is. Something's got to be done. Somebody's got to come in and teach Mammoth how to be all the man that he can be.
Man, there's no pleasing you. If they double teamed him, you'd have been angry about that. They're not double teaming him, you're angry about that. There's no pleasing you.
I got passion, man.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting you say someone's got to come in and get the most out of Mammoth, because we talked about this yesterday on episode 5. That Mammoth staying out of the match and not going all guns blazing and running into both of his opponents and just trying to beat them down, that ain't the Mammoth we know. I know it's only been a few weeks, but That ain't the Mammoth we know. I think someone's got his here already. We just have to figure out who. Oh! Frost spears him through the barricade at ringside, though. Good grief. That'll take him out of commission for a second. How's that for treating him like a threat? Good grief.
Yeah, this is the exact kind of thing that makes me really unhappy to see. I don't want to live in a world where Frost is spearing Mammoth through the barricade.
I mean, they went through the barricade purely because of Mammoth's weight there, I would say. Like, that's what carried them through. And Mammoth's immense size working against him for once. Now we're left with just Alan Clark and Frost. If you notice, by the way, you talk about wanting him treated as a threat. He'd just been put through the barricade, and Alan Clark still picked him up and kneed him in the face for good measure to try and convince himself that Mammoth was going to stay down. Because, look, he's already stirring. You want him treating like a threat, he's a threat. Like, Alan Clark keeping an eye on Mammoth and coming back for more every time he starts to stir. They're really worried about Mammoth. You can tell by the sort of offense they're using. Now Frost looking
They're pulling
under the
out
ring.
all the stops here.
Oh! That'll slow him down.
See, it's not right.
It's not right. What do you want? Do you want him treating like a threat or not? Oh! Landed to the back of Alan Clark. And again, showing that there is no teamwork in this match. I admire that from these two. Like, the correct play, in my opinion, is to gang up on Mammoth and take him fully out of commission. Because look, he's still not out of commission. Look at the damage he's taken. And he's still going. It's incredible. But to me, the play is to take Mammoth out and then fight one-on-one for the victory. But these two got a lot of honour. They're treating this like they're not treating this like they've got only an issue with Mammoth. They're treating this like a fair match. And I appreciate that.
And you know what, I appreciate it too. It maybe is not the smartest strategy for them, but I think it's honorable what they're doing, as you stated, and I respect them a ton for doing it. Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this. Oh, but in general, not this match specifically, because I know you're quite invested in Mammoth as a wrestler. But in general, would you err on the side of honor or the smart play? You know, I feel like I know which answer you're going to go with, but I thought I'd ask anyway.
I gotta say, I've made a life out of erring on the side of honor, and I've done things because they're honorable, and maybe not the smartest thing, or it's not the thing that would boost me above others, but I gotta be able to sleep at night, you know?
Wow, that surprises me. Like, especially in the context of a wrestling match, I would expect you to say, no, double team that big man. Like, take the smart play. So that's come out of left field a little bit for me. I'm impressed. I'm impressed, Blackbane. There is a heart in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a heart. I don't want anybody double teaming Mammoth.
I'm not even going to say it's hypothetically okay. I see you. Look at that. If you remember, Alan Clark and Mammoth were the opening main event of EWA. The first episode, they were the main event, and Alan Clark hit a couple of those tope suicidas on Mammoth, and he just hit one here. Nice little callback, and it worked for him in that match. He actually beat Mammoth one-on-one. Worth remembering. Oh, and then one for Frost as well.
That part is not worth remembering, but I'll tell you one thing that is worth remembering. I'll never forget the first time that I laid eyes on the beast that is Mammoth.
He's an imposing figure, yeah. I think everyone remembers that moment. I think everyone in the arena went silent in awe of Mammoth when he first came out that very first time. It's like, wow, what is this? Just want to point out, by the way, Alan Clark does hold a singles victory over both his opponents here tonight. So, despite Mammoth's size, does that make Alan Clark the favourite in this one? Because he's already pinned both of them.
No, Mammoth is my favorite.
No, not your favourite, the favourite.
Mammoth is as tall as a tower. He's got limbs as long as Mack trucks. Who could stop him?
Alan Clark not wanting to play with that ladder apparently in the ring. It's a big risk having a ladder lying around in the ring, to be fair. If you get slammed in the wrong place and you go back first on that ladder, that's not a good thing. And of the three in this match, who's going to be doing the most slamming? Mammoth. So, yeah, getting something out of the ring that you could land on, probably a good strategy there.
Especially because when Mammoth slams you, the height at which you fall down is insane.
Yeah, exactly. More height, more distance to build up that speed towards the mat. It's just going to hurt that bit more than an average wrestler slamming you. And an average wrestler slamming you still hurts. But Frost, taking Mammoth outside the ring. We've seen a lot of outside the ring action in this match. There's no countouts, there's no disqualifications, pinfall submission, only way to pick up the win. And
where's Alan Clark gone?
Alan Clark, I don't know. I think he's shopping under the ring on this side near us. He's I just had a glance up from the monitor. He's put a table in the
tables.
ring. He's doing some window shopping. He's getting some toys. He's setting up a table in the middle of the ring now. But Frost and Mammoth going at it on the outside. Is Frost going to do what Alan Clark just did to Mammoth a few minutes ago? He is. They're really trying to take Mammoth out of the equation here, but not in a way where they seem to be double teaming him. They're taking him seriously as a threat. Oh, that table's on fire. Did we need fire? Did we need fire, guys? Like, come on. This ain't that serious. This ain't that personal. Come on. That's too far.
Frost may have just been melted by that fire.
Yeah. The irony of someone called Frost being put through a flaming table. You're right. Good spot. This is why you're the colour commentator. Frost, though, bouncing back, ducking that clothesline. These two going at it. Mammoth may finally have been properly incapacitated, taken out of the equation. And these two can fight out for the win now. Oh, no, he's back already.
Whoa.
Okay. You might be able to beat him, you might be able to pin his shoulders down for 3 seconds, but I just don't think you can take this man out. Nice DDT by Frost.
Looked like he got him right on the chair.
Yeah, good spot. I'm spotting things I'm not, and you're the one who couldn't sleep to excitement. Oh, now these two going at it again, but Mammoth isn't even flat on the mat. He's already up on his hands and knees. Like, it's crazy. He just gets up from everything. The way to beat him is to literally pin him down for 3 seconds, but he's going to be up on 4. Like, it's such a tall task. He's got both men leaning in corners now. What's he got in mind? Oh, runs in, squishes Frost in the corner. Now runs at Alan Clark. Oh, he got him, but Alan Clark was just out of the corner, but he still got some impact. And now a headbutt, and just, wow, throws him like a toy. Oh, he went for the world's largest cheeks, but Frost got out of the way.
It's the thing about Mammoth. He gets knocked down, but he gets up again, because you're never going to keep him down.
Wow, and I thought my New York reference was... it was a stretch at the start. But, yeah. Frost has Mammoth down at the moment. He is keeping him down with just steady offense, just working over Mammoth, but lifting him up to his feet. I'm not sure how much I agree with that. Alan Clark was just going to head back into the ring, and he thought better of it. He's going shopping again. He's got another table. Alan Clark not satisfied with the first table spot. Clearly wants another one. But Frost with a roll up. 2. Oh, I'm not sure. I think Mammoth kicked out at the same time as Alan Clark broke that up. That was a double no, you're not getting the pin to Frost.
That's a rough roll up if you're Frost. What a tough position to be in.
Yeah, you've not really got your body weight. I get what you mean. But in all seriousness, you also don't have your body weight on top of Mammoth. You're struggling to keep a guy that size down with a sunset flip. But this is what kept Mammoth down in the one-on-one match. 2. I mean, admittedly, it took like 4 of them, but that is what he eventually put him away with. But again, it's going to take more than 1 here tonight. This has been a really good triple threat match. A lot of weaponry involved. I didn't see that coming. I'm not going to lie.
I didn't see it coming either. But what are you going to do against Mammoth? You got to do something to try to get some sort of equalizer in the match.
Yeah, but they're not only using the weapons on Mammoth. Frost, the one who went through a flaming table, courtesy of Alan Clark. You know. There's been kendo stick shots across these two guys. You know, the ladder to the back of Alan Clark by Frost. I think this has been a really fair triple threat match, and so far, I can't pick a winner. I know Mammoth's down at the moment, but we know that's not going to last long. And these two going at it at the moment, but Alan Clark's not in the ring, so he's not going to get pinned off this move. I don't know. Mammoth's stirring. I know you're going to pick Mammoth. I still can't pick a winner. All right, this could go.
Now, hang on. You don't know that, but seriously, obviously Mammoth is going to win. Who's going to stop him?
You don't know me, but yeah, you're right. Oh, Mammoth catches the foot of Frost, shakes his head. No, sir, you're not kicking me.
There you go.
Big, massive scoop slam.
Wow.
Uh-oh. Now, Mammoth, you don't need a table. Let's be honest. You're already dangerous enough. Put that outside the ring. I don't feel good about Frost's chances here. What's going to happen?
Mammoth picks up that table. It looks like he's holding a stick.
Pardon?
There we go. I would say when Mammoth picks up the table, it just looks like he's holding a stick.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
What's Alan Clark got in mind here? Oh, the same move that he put Frost through the table with. I don't think they're quite close enough. Nope, Mammoth survives the table impact and rolls out of the ring. Might be the wrong timing to do that though. Leave these two alone in the ring this deep into the match. Might not be a good move. Remember, you can lose without being pinned or submitted. But Frost rolls out, and that was a smart move because that left Alan Clark in the ring on his own. Like, it's amazing how the same move, 5-10 seconds apart, can be a totally different strategy.
Now, I know you think Mammoth has spent a lot of time off his feet, but he's just getting his rest in.
He spent a lot of time off his feet because he's taken a beating in this match. Like, he's had his head kicked into 2 ring posts. He's been put through a ringside barricade. Let's not forget that. You know, he's taken finishing moves from both men. He's just... And look at him, he's still here. It is genuinely incredible. I get why you're enamoured with the man. To a point. Maybe taking it too far, but... but I get it. Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Oh, just
my
throws
God.
Alan Clark at the table. Like, that wasn't even a
Jesus
slam. He just let
Christ.
go of the man and threw him. And then a backbreaker for Frost as well, only he had to use his own knee instead of using a table this time. Goes to the screen
Frost
slam.
and Alan Clark.
Frost down
They're
behind.
both going to have kidney problems by the time this match is over.
Oh
no,
he hadn't
he
moved,
better
but
not.
he baited Frost in, playing possum,
No.
rolls him up. No, 2 count. Alan Clark almost picking up a sneaky win there.
Yeah, he did. I was worried.
Whoever wins here, super impressive. I'm impressed with all 3 men. The punishment they've all been able to take in this match. There's a roll up, sunset flip by Frost. Mammoth's in the ring though, already back up on his feet again. All 3 men on their feet, and I have no idea how any of them are on their feet.
We know who's going to win.
Double underhook. Oh, lung blower by Alan Clark.
Oh my
Great
goodness. The impact there.
He calls that the broken
Come on.
omen. We don't actually see it an awful lot from him, but thought I'd throw out there. He does have a name for that. One of his signature, his go-to moves, but he only busts it out in big matches like this, it would seem. Nice DDT to Mammoth. Oh, he went for that moonsault. That's how he beat Frost. That's how he beat Frost to cause Mammoth to attack him. With the crown jewel, he calls that moonsault, but Frost got the knees up this time.
Uh-oh. Alan Clark has got the chair. He's desperate to get a win.
Oh! Second time
come
Mammoth's
on.
taken that chair to the back from Alan Clark, and now he's got a kendo stick.
Oh my
Did he just
goodness.
hit him in the world's biggest cheeks? I think he might have.
He did. He had a little bit of the back of the knee, trying to make sure Mammoth can't get back to his feet.
Yeah, look at this. He's up a little bit, and look at Alan Clark just trying to beat him back down to the mat. You don't want this man on a vertical base. He's got the chair. Oh, and Mammoth's up. Oh, here you go, have a chair. That was a good move. Oh! Okay, I take it back. That was a good move. Wow.
Mammoth, why did you catch it? Come on, man.
I mean, he had to catch it, but he had to think faster and get it out of the way of his face. That was the thing. But, wow, brave, bold move. And he does it again.
Oh,
Bold
Jesus.
move by Alan Clark, though, giving Mammoth a chair. Some would argue not a smart move, whether it paid off or not. And look at Mammoth. He just rolled out the ring on his feet and just looked angry. He got a chair kicked into his face twice, and he just looked angry. Incredible.
Ooh, there we go. Big body slam there from Mammoth, and now he's got Frost going up for a suplex.
Like, yep. Those 2 chairs kicked into the face. Oh, that 1 chair kicked twice, I should say. That just seems to have annoyed him. It just seems to have irritated him. Oh, he drops the elbow there. The heart
there we
stopper.
go.
That's
This is it. It's over.
Oh! Wow!
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? That was 3.
2 and
That was
99
3.
hundredths at the very least. That was insanely close.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Oh.
Somebody's paid off this referee. Somebody wants Mammoth to lose.
It's a conspiracy. Oh! There's more damage from Mammoth into the ring post. He's not having a good relationship with the ring in this match. He's been slammed into ring post 3 times now. Head first a couple of times, shoulder first another time. Like, he's not having a good time with the ring.
And what's Alan Clark going to do here?
Uh-oh. I think he's going for that moonsault. Is he? No. No, he thinks better of it. I wonder if he didn't trust Mammoth to stay down long enough because of how much he's been getting up in this match. But he decided to follow up, and Mammoth's back on his feet. He may have been correct not to go for that moonsault there.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Nope.
Mammoth.
Blocked. Oh, dodges the pump kick. All three men now going at it. I don't know who the pump kick was aimed at. Probably just whoever it would hit, if I'm honest, from Frost there at that point. Mammoth to the outside. This leaves Alan Clark and Frost in the ring. Nope, Alan Clark's having none of that. Tornado DDT to the outside. I thought the plan was just get him out and fight to the finish, but nope. Alan Clark going after Mammoth.
And Frost doing the smart thing, just hanging back, letting Alan Clark and Mammoth fight it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Good tactics by Frost, but we have seen a lot of honour in this match. Oh! Kicks Alan Clark in the face and gets his legs swept out from under him. That was not nice.
Alan Clark was like, forget that.
I think any illusion that these two might be teaming up to take on Mammoth just went out the window when Frost just booted him in the face. Good grief.
And here Mammoth is back in the ring.
Yep. There you go.
Oh, big body slam.
He's holding his head. He's taken so many hits. He's got a sore head, but he's just still. Oh, roll up by Alan Clark. Frost got disoriented
Not
by
like
it.
this.
Oh, and he breaks it up.
Oh,
He went for an
so
attack
close.
on where Alan Clark had been, but Alan Clark had already rolled up Mammoth and rolled out the way. It was incredible
It
speed.
was so
by
close.
Yeah, I don't know if Mammoth was kicking out of that. He's looking a bit woozy now. He's taken so many headshots. He might finally have worn the big man down.
Alan Clark showing just how valuable speed is when you're going up against a man that's bigger than you.
Oh, look at that. Look
Oh
at that
my
speed.
goodness.
Frost thought he had... Oh! Frost thought he had
my
Alan Clark
God.
into the turnbuckle with some power, and Alan Clark just scooted around, slid out of the ring. Incredible.
I don't know if anybody's going to be able to beat Alan Clark here. He is wrestling on another level.
Oh! Well, is he going to put him away? Same move he beat him with. One-on-one, and he does. He pins Mammoth with the crowning achievement. And I think, honestly, people were probably expecting Alan Clark or Frost to pin each other in this match. Impressive victory by Alan Clark. You've gone quiet,
I
buddy.
guess you're right. I mean, come on, man. I'm just looking at Alan Clark. At a certain point, he had all the momentum. He was hitting every move. Nobody could do a thing to stop him.
And look how much that victory means. That was a war, and you know it because look how relieved Alan Clark is with that win. He was beside himself with joy, and rightly so. That was a tough fight. We've seen some matches here tonight. Like Jackson Blake took a beating, but kept on coming back and put up a good performance. That 6-man tag was wild, and then that triple threat, that was just something else. They've got a tough act to follow in this main event, but funnily enough, I don't think Cody's thinking about that. I don't even think Cody's thinking about the EWA Championship. I think he's thinking about getting to fight some people.
Yeah, if I was his opponent, I would definitely be worried watching Coyote Cody come down to the ring. But let's not forget, this guy got pinned by Thorne.
Yeah, and I think that doesn't bode well for his opponents in this match. I think if you'd have told me a few weeks ago, hey, this Coyote Cody guy, he can get angrier, I'd be like, nah. But now I believe it. I think this is a dangerous man here tonight.
Let's hope you're right, because I think the worst thing would be for his whole game to be thrown off because he got beat by somebody that, quite frankly, he should have been able to easily dispose of.
Yeah, it could go one of two ways. I don't know. I think he's just going to be angry. Whenever I see Coyote Cody, I think the name Coyote is perfect. I think he is just an animal. I don't know how motivated by, a championship belt he is. I don't know how motivated he even is by wins and losses. I think he just sees something to fight and fights it. Genuinely. But here's the man who's full of confidence. We had the Beat the Clock challenge last night. Shane Andrews went first. He got a really impressive time of 4 minutes 26. None of his opponents were able to beat that time. Thorne was, but none of his opponents in this match were. So Shane Andrews got to choose his opponent. And that wasn't meant as a dig at Coyote Cody. It's just a funny little detail, I think, that the only person who beat his time wasn't in the Beat the Clock challenge.
Don't be scared of Coyote Cody because he's right in the ring and he's going to come knock your head off.
I'm scared of Coyote Cody if he's in the same state as me. It doesn't have to be this close for me to be scared of him. But yeah, Shane Andrews with all the momentum from last night's show, and a factor which, with back-to-back nights on the show, it makes a difference. If this was a week ago, I wouldn't say this makes a difference. But also, his match was first. And that means he's had, by potentially up to 45 minutes or so, more recovery time, which in the context of 24 hours it's not massive, but it's a slight difference. You know, he's got the confidence, he's had the longer recovery time. Is Shane Andrews the favourite going into this at this stage?
He's certainly the most beautiful of the four. And if you want to remind everybody watching at home who he picked for his opponent.
Yeah, a surprise in my opinion. So we'll obviously talk about this as the match progresses. But yeah, CJ was in the main event last night, and he didn't manage to dispose of Misery within the 4:26. And in fact, Misery had the upper hand at the end of the match and went and got a chair. Shane Andrews came out and made the save. Talk about sportsmanship. Like, incredible display of it by Shane Andrews. And came out, made the save, cleared the ring of Misery, and then shook CJ's hand. And we thought, oh, that's the end of it. But then he dragged CJ in, and it was quite an aggressive handshake. You know, there was respect there. But I speculated at the time, is that him choosing CJ? And sure enough, management have informed me, yes. Yes, Shane Andrews was choosing CJ with that action there. He wants to face CJ, and that leaves Drake Doobie and Coyote Cody. And Doobie doesn't look overly concerned, considering he's about to fight Coyote Cody.
I don't even remember Drake Doobie normally having that much pyro at the beginning of his entrance. I feel like he's doing something special here tonight.
I would ask Drake Doobie, but he probably doesn't remember either.
What are the rules here for Double Jeopardy?
Okay, yeah, good point. We explained it on the show last night, but just in case this is anyone's first show, that is a good shout to explain this. We're not going to have time for the graphic on the screen, but hopefully you guys can follow along at home. So all four men are going to start in the ring. It's not a fatal four-way though, it's an elimination match. So 3 people have to be eliminated to crown a champion. However, it's not as simple as that. It's basically 2 one-on-one matches in the ring at the same time. So Drake Doobie can only pin Coyote Cody. Coyote Cody can only pin Drake Doobie. And then likewise for Shane Andrews and CJ. And then once 2 men have eliminated their respective opponents, they will immediately continue fighting until one of them wins and wins the EWA Championship. So it's like an elimination match with a bit of a twist. You've got a specific opponent. You can fight whoever you want. Like there's no rule about attacking anyone else. There's no rules at all. In fact, it's no disqualification. So you can fight whoever you want, but CJ can't pin Coyote Cody until both Shane Andrews and Drake Doobie are out of the match. Just to give an example.
So it'll be interesting to see what any of these guys do, what sort of strategy that they try to employ, because the only thing standing between each of these men and the EWA Championship is the other 3 guys, and everybody here would love to be crowned the first ever EWA Heavyweight Champion.
Oh yeah, and a thought that crossed my mind, but the whole thing just played out too quickly for me to call it yesterday. When Shane Andrews came out and saved CJ and shook his hand, I thought, are we seeing an alliance formed ahead of Double Jeopardy? Like, hey, we'll fight the other 2, we'll team up, and then we'll fight it out for the championship. But then no, turned out to be exactly the opposite message, in fact. I'm going to eliminate you first was the message. So, and there is the beautiful EWA Championship. So that's what they're fighting for. We're going to crown the first ever champion. Referee holds it aloft. There's the live audience's first view of that championship. And we're ready to go. Oh!
Wow, let's see what we got going here.
Look at that start by Drake Doobie. He went Coyote Cody on Coyote Cody. He ran at him and attacked him with a Hoiken Manor, which granted isn't in Coyote Cody's wheelhouse particularly, but still, the tactic was there. And CJ's got Shane Andrews down, so we'll see if that turns out to be a mistake for Shane Andrews to have chosen CJ.
And I'm really going to be paying attention here to what Coyote Cody is doing, because I suspect his confidence might have taken a shot after he was defeated by Thorne.
Yeah, he's slow out the blocks so far, I would say. Drake Doobie's taking it to him. I don't think Cody's got a shot in on Doobie yet.
I don't think he has either. I'm very surprised to see this.
Going for the quick pin, that would have been ridiculously quick. And then Cody rolls up Doobie. A roll up from Cody. That's strange, I think it's fair to state. That's unusual, shall we say. So, let me just point out, there's no falls count anywhere rules. All the falls have to take place in the ring, so we're going to keep the camera on the action inside the ring predominantly. If one pair's in the ring and one pair's outside, then we're gonna focus on the in-ring action because that could result in a fall. Just for everyone watching at home.
And I think it's worth noting that to this point, Coyote Cody has gotten in maybe 2 offensive moves. He's really got to pick up the pace here.
Yeah, Drake Doobie came out the blocks fast. Maybe with this renewed sense of confidence. I mean, I don't think Drake Doobie lacks confidence as such. Far from it. But I think you can still boost your confidence. And I think seeing Coyote Cody go down in 2 minutes to Thorn, who, similar mentality to Drake Doobie. They both dance down to the ring. They both like to have fun, and what have you, and are popular with the fans. It sort of shows that chink in the armour of Coyote Cody, because he came through the block he's in undefeated. He went 3-0. So there was questions of, well, can this guy lose? And then Thorn found that weakness and beat him. So Drake Doobie's going to be feeling good. But we should be focusing on CJ and Shane Andrews. Shane Andrews chose this, and he just ate a James drop. Is he going to be the first eliminated? No, it's not. But at the moment, it's looking like, Stoner special back in the ring from Drake Doobie to Cody. Could Cody be the first eliminated? 1, 2. Oh, no. Cody kicks out. Cody kicks out.
Just getting his shoulder up.
I wonder if Shane Andrews is feeling like he's made a mistake at this point. I would say in this pairing, CJ's had the upper hand overall.
I am kind of surprised to see that Drake Doobie and CJ are both dominating their opponents here tonight. And there's Drake Doobie. Let's pay attention to the fact that he would have gotten a 3 count. Coyote Cody still hasn't kicked out. The only thing saving him, the referee was down.
Yeah, the referee got accidentally knocked down. I say accidentally, I assume that it didn't look malicious by CJ. He ran into the ref and just, I don't think was fully looking where he was going. He was a bit distracted by the fact that Shane Andrews was out the ring. He considered going after Drake Doobie, and then he turned to run after Shane Andrews and bumped into the referee, and that may have cost Doobie a pinfall over Cody. So if Cody now eliminates Doobie might have a bone to pick for CJ about that.
Wow, oh my goodness. Drake Doobie.
And there's another James drop. Shane Andrews not having a good time with CJ here. Oh, kicks out at 1 though. He's tough. He's tough, this Shane Andrews. You like to talk about him being pretty, but he's pretty tough.
It's hard to ignore that Drake Doobie is just picking Coyote Cody apart piece by piece in the background there.
Yeah, there's definitely been sort of 2 dominant players in this match so far. Doobie's getting one over on Cody, which is probably a surprise to a lot of people, at least before last night. But you're right, as Coyote Cody taking a confidence hit. But Shane Andrews now firing up against CJ. Pin! Oh! Cody got eliminated. I was watching what Shane Andrews was doing to CJ. I didn't even see what move got done to Cody. But Cody out of the match first. And now Doobie taking a breather on the outside. Doing a nice little front flip.
Wow.
I mean, he doesn't have to get involved here. That's a tactical choice on his part. Does he want to get involved and weaken his opponents, or does he want to keep himself fresh? That was an impressive move by CJ, by the way. He calls that the Dragon Render, and wow, Shane Andrews kicking out. I'm impressed.
I was impressed too. He got dropped square on his head. I thought he was done for.
But there's the Sleepmaker. He's put most of his opponents away with that move. And he put Shane Andrews away. It was a mistake.
My goodness.
It was a mistake. Shane Andrews. You shouldn't have picked CJ.
Half of the opponents have been eliminated, and this is going to come down to CJ or Drake Doobie to see who will be crowned the first ever EWA Champion.
Yeah, this is straight up 1 fall to a finish now at this point. Just like a normal wrestling match, except there's still no disqualification rules in force. But you notice, none of these 4 men really go into the weaponry. They're just straight up fighting it out in the ring, which I appreciate. Oh! Shout out to Taylor Osborne there with the cutter. I appreciate why they did that in the triple threat match, but I also appreciate these guys wanting to straight up fight it out in the ring to be the first champion. And the Stoner special reversed by CJ. Have we seen that yet? I'm not sure.
I've not seen that.
That's incredible. Well done, CJ. Great scouting there. And now...
So I gotta ask.
James drop.
With these 2 guys left, who do you suspect is going to come away as the first ever EWA champion?
At this stage, I feel like as weird as a sentence as this is, hang on, let me hold that thought. Dragon Bender and Drake Doobie kicks out again, because I was just about to say, as weird as a sentence this is, Drake Doobie had the easier job eliminating his opponent, so he's fresher, I would argue, in this match. So I was going to say Drake Doobie, but he had just eaten a Dragon Bender, so I thought I'll sit on that prediction until until after we see this pinfall. Not a wise move to predict a man to win as he's being pinned.
Not only is Drake Doobie fresher, but he just beat Coyote Cody like he was nobody.
Yeah, which is just a crazy thought. Like, what a bad weekend. We talked about Richard Anderson having a bad weekend taking 2 pins. Coyote Cody's had the worst weekend so far, I would say, of anyone in EWA.
Yeah, I would agree, man. He wasn't able to kind of bounce back from that loss to Thorne. I think it's all in his head at this point.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd be psychologically affected by that, but you have to think that's the only explanation for it happening twice in a row. Once can be a fluke, a one-off, but twice in a row, he's been affected by that. I'm surprised. But we have an EWA Championship match in the ring. We'll talk about Coyote Cody's crisis in confidence next week as we come back to this match and we see another Sleepmaker from CJ. That's it. No! I thought we had a new EWA Champion in CJ there. He's put so many people away with that Sleepmaker already. But Drake Doobie's now kicked out of 2, which is super impressive.
You know what? I'm going to go on record as saying that I think Drake Doobie's got this. I think Drake Doobie's going to be the first ever EWA champion, and I'm telling you, he's going to come walking down to that ring, dancing with something in his cup we won't be able to identify, and it's going to be one big party.
Yeah, we won't be able to test what's in the cup once he's champion. We don't want that kind of controversy. Oh, Stoner special coming up. CJ reversed it last time, doesn't this time.
Oh my goodness, drops him right on his head.
Goes for the pin, hooks the leg away from the ropes. 1, 2. Oh, CJ kicks out. Are we going to crown the first ever champion tonight? Or are we just going to fight until next week's show starts? Like, who's going to win? This is incredible.
Great heart being shown by CJ. He's been dropped on his head a couple of times, but he's still kicking out because he realizes that the biggest prize in all of wrestling is on the line tonight.
Standing shooting star. Oh, another 2 count. Drake Doobie really wanting to pick up this victory, win this championship. I mean, both men, but Drake Doobie with the sense of urgency as he's currently in control at the moment. He hooks up the head. I think he was going for some elbows to the top of the head there. We've seen that from him before, but CJ escaped. Belly to back suplex. No, Doobie with a nice backflip. And hits his own belly to back suplex. Oh, look at that kip up at this stage in the match. Great stuff.
Drake Doobie is energized. He is energized at this point, and it's time for him to bring it home. Bring that title home.
Another high impact move from him. He's got CJ up. He's going for another Stoner special. Could this one be enough?
Oh,
I have a feeling he kind of smiled for the hard cam there as he was dropping CJ with that. 2. Has he got him? No!
Oh my God. Nothing is going to keep CJ down. What an amazing fight CJ's having.
This is genuinely crazy. What a wild night this has been. Like, I thought the weekly episodes had been excellent. Like, I've really genuinely enjoyed calling every single match. And I didn't think the game could be stepped up this greatly, but Genesis has been something else.
Oh, there's no way. There's no way CJ kicks out of this. There's no way. This match is over, ladies and gentlemen.
And he's right.
Oh my goodness.
Blackbean is correct. The first ever EWA champion, Drake Doobie. Wow.
Oh my good. Drake Doobie, congratulations. What an amazing match by CJ. He kicked out time and time again, but he just couldn't kick out of that last one, and who could?
Yeah, definitely. It's just too much. And shout out to Drake Doobie. Just going to inform you guys, Chatty Tuesday this week was always going to be the first champion. So, you want to hear from the man behind Drake Doobie? Tune in on Tuesday. But for now, thank you guys so much for tuning into Genesis. I'm sure you don't regret it. What a show. And let's leave it on that visual. Good night, everybody.